Hello, this is Dr. Casella, and in this video I will be talking about the discussion board portion of this class. Every week you are expected to put at least two posts on the discussion board. All right, so if you click on here, well, before I click on discussion board, let me click on chapters. So if I click on chapters, go into chapter 1, and I go into chapter 1 lecture slides. And I start going through the slides. I'm reading, and I finished reading the slides, and I go back and I'm like, on slide 4, he says there are two ways to use the interpreter: interactive mode and script mode. What the heck does he mean by that? Let's suppose you're thinking that. Okay, that's perfect for the discussion board. So you go over to the discussion board, click on that. Here you have class discussion. And then we will create a thread. Subject. All right, so the subject will be on chapter 1, slide 4. Okay. And so you may ask the question, what is meant by interactive mode versus script mode on slide 4 of chapter 1. All right, so you want to submit that. All right, so then let's say you do that, and you get a point for submitting that question. But then let's say one of your fellow students sees that post. What is meant by interactive mode versus script mode on slide 4 of chapter 1? And they say, oh, well, I know the answer to that. So then they reply. All right. And they say interactive mode is executing the commands within the Python shell. Script mode is when you save the commands as a text file and then run that file using Python. And then they can go further. They say, they remember an example of this is shown from the video link on slide 7. And maybe they'll even put a copy of the link there. I'm not going to do that, but you could potentially put a copy of the link there so they could just click on it. And then you go submit. All right. So then okay, so there it is. Okay. So there, that was an example. So the person would have gotten credit for the question, and the other person, if you respond and you're correct, you'll get a point for the response as well. Now, so when I go in here and I look, and I see, here's the question, what is meant by interactive mode versus script mode on slide 4 of chapter 1, and I read this answer and I say, oh, well, that's correct. So I write, all right, so then I may reply and say, that answer is correct. Or I may say, well, it's mainly correct. We had this, but really it's more accurate to say this. Or I may say, no, that is not right at all. The correct thing is this. But anyway, that's how you use the discussion board, and that's how we will be communicating in this class. So anyway, the discussion board is a very important part of the class. You have to have 2 submissions, either questions, answers, 1 question, 1 answer, it doesn't matter, but you need to have at least 2 per week in order to get full credit or the full amount of points for that portion of the class. All right, thank you.